Afternoon, everybody. Yes, the heat is on and it'll be on for quite some time. It's going to be a long, hot summer. I promised you a glimmer of hope. We have a little glimmer of hope. Now, while we've got nothing around our area right now, what we saw, a couple of weeks ago is storms that fire out west because of the mountains, okay? Remember, the moisture is going this way. Upper winds are going this way, and so when they collide with the mountains, they become big thunderstorms, and then they start drifting toward Texas. For the next day or so, tonight and tomorrow, there's a glimmer that some of that stuff will cross the Rio Grande and eventually get close to our area, but it's a glimmer of hope. Other than that, it's the big dome of doom that's going to be with us and that we're going to be tracking for quite some time. This is a semi-permanent feature. It's called a subtropical high. It basically is what brings summer to us, and it brings us, when it parks up here, that's when everybody's under a heat wave. And if you've heard me say the following, when the heat wave hits Chicago, that means when this dome moves way up here, then the door opens for the tropical storm season. So right now, this is actually blocking anything, although there is some stuff developing in the tropics. It is blocking a lot of that out of our area. So Doppler radar has nothing going on except for the brilliant heat out there, but we are watching this activity. This is I'm not guaranteeing you this. It's a glimmer that it'll drift in our area because in 2 or 3 days that is going to be gone as well. Tonight, however, Dallas again getting pounded by big thunderstorms even as we speak. It's happening right about now through the afternoon drive time. The heaviest activity now rolling up to Texarkana and into Arkansas. This band is going to be rolling basically into Louisiana, so not a major concern for us. So yes, I wish I could tell you different, but I can only tell you the truth here. That's my job. We're looking at 94 and then up to about 98 as we get to the weekend. Our average high this time of year is about 92. So this is not at record, but it's getting up there. Tonight, the severe weather is up here where you saw the stuff up in Dallas. No major problems down south, and we have that garden variety, less than a 30% chance of anything rolling through here. And then tomorrow, still a little bit better chance up north than down south. But that glimmer of hope is the only thing really kind of that I can even grasp to show you as we get on into the week. We are looking at some blazing temperatures, and the best we can do right now, those of you that are working outdoors, well, you got to cool it down and get a hat, and the guys I see are wearing sort of like face masks, which is good. If you're on the breeze, that's great. If you're working indoors, you just better hope your air conditioner is working okay. Make sure you check on the filters, make sure the coil is not all full of dirt. So we want it to work at maximum efficiency. And if you have a question, ask your AC guys to come take a look at it. Tomorrow we're looking at 102 in San Antonio, 92 in Dallas, and our temperatures, well, they're going to be very close to the mid-90s right on through. Partly cloudy, lots of sun in Port Lavaca. Partly cloudy, lots of sun in Cuero, up to about 95. And as you can see right there, we're actually getting into a heat wave that's going to begin on Wednesday and last all the way through the weekend, if not longer. That's your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that, put Crossroads Today on your phone. And here's Don.
Mike, thank you. And coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we'll take a look at your stocks. Plus, staying cool this summer will put a heavy dent in the pockets of many Americans. Taking a look at the stocks, the Dow down 115 points, the S&P 500 up 6 points, and the Nasdaq up 94 points. Oil down $2.77, closing at $74.22 per barrel. The National Weather Service says the U.S. will have above normal temperatures these next few months. One analysis predicts the average cost to stay cool will go up nearly 8% from June through September. It worked out to an average of $719. That's nearly $200 more than the electricity cost on average in 2019. Those living in the Mid-Atlantic and Pacific could see costs jump to more than 12%. The Department of Health and Human Services says heat-related deaths are rising in the country. Stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast. Plus, Simone Biles from outside Houston wins her 9th U.S. Gymnastics Championship. And now here's a look at what's coming on World News Tonight, right after News Now at 5.
Coming up tonight, the Hunter Biden trial begins. The First Lady is there in court in New York City. 2 NYPD officers shot and wounded. News on the border with Mexico tonight, what President Biden now plans to do. And the shark attack off the coast, the swimmer punching the shark to survive. We're next.
The best ever. Simone Biles has won her 9th national all-around title to close out the U.S. Gymnastics Championships in Fort Worth. The win officially clinched a spot for Biles in the U.S. Olympic trials later this summer, which will be held in Minneapolis. She is now the first gymnast, man or woman, to win 9 all-around titles. Biles finished with the highest 2-day score in 4 events, something she had done only once before at Nationals in 2018. Join us tonight for Storm Prep 2024. 25 News Now anchor Karina Garcia provided an insight on how homebound patients often face challenges when it comes to evacuating from dangerous hurricanes. Come to crossroadstoday.com to read the article, and tonight at 6:30 you can watch other stories on how to prepare ahead of the storm. And I'm not saying this because I work with you, Mac, but that's a really good show.
Oh,
that's
good.
a really good show.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It
You know,
is.
I mean, we sat around and everybody said, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And these are all topics that we all need to discuss every now and then. So I think you'll enjoy it. And that's tonight. So, you know, after the 6 o'clock news, just kick back and relax and watch a little discussion on the possible tropical storm season that we're looking at. Otherwise than that, you know, I hate to say this, you know, the old timers will tell you All we need is one of them small tropical storms coming through here. But you know, they have, because that's the only way we're going to get any significant relief out of this heat. The hot weather is actually going to get a little bit worse later this week. But it's an interesting situation as the high heat index is today and tomorrow. So it's going to be warmer, but the humidity is going to be dropping down a little bit, and that will actually lower the heat index as we get to the weekend. So it's kind of what I call Arizona dry, not South Texas dry.
That's very dry.
That's very dry. I mean, that's arid stuff. That's oven baking.
That's right. All right, thank you, Mac, and thanks for being with us. We hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6, World News Tonight.